Hi, everybody. Dave Winder here on GoRacers.com as we broadcast from OVC Basketball Media Day in Evansville at the DoubleTree Hotel, just across the street from the Ford Center, where Racer fans are very familiar on how to get here and how to get into the building. And we're looking forward to the season coming up here with head coach Matt McMahon. Coach, another media day means here we go again with another great season.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Dave. Really excited to get the season started. Guys have worked extremely hard here in the preseason, coming off the trip to the Bahamas, and I think we're about at that stage where they're ready to start playing the games.
Well, let's just talk briefly, since you brought it up, the Bahamas trip. It was wonderful to be able to go to a great place like that, but more importantly, it just gives our guys a chance to play 3 competitive basketball games, plus the practices, and then just to get to know each other and gel as a team, and I think all that was accomplished.
Well, I think it was really important, Dave. Number one, I wanted it to be a trip that our players would remember the rest of their lives, and I think we certainly accomplished that there in the Bahamas. We had an absolute blast. The families went on the trip. I thought it was a great team-building experience for us. The 11 players who played on the trip, 7 of them didn't play last season, so I thought that was really important for us. To move the trip up this year and get that experience for those guys. And I thought it was just a really a productive trip, and we learned a lot about our team there in a short amount of time.
Well, we are at Basketball Media Day in Evansville, so let's take a look at the preseason OVC poll as voted on by the head coaches and the sports information directors. And Belmont's number 1. The Racers are right there, and then you could check out all the teams that are on that poll here today. You can go to Go Racers or OVC Sports. But Coach, as you see again, the Racers are in the hunt for the championship, and that's where you want to be every year.
Well, Dave, I think you've known me long enough.
I know what you're going to say.
These preseason polls are absolutely worthless, but hopefully it does drive some attention for the league and get everyone excited about the start of the season. And, we have a lot of work to do, but I think we do return a good nucleus of players who've experienced a lot of winning in their time at Murray State, and I'm going to be looking to those guys to really be the leaders of our team as we get started next month.
Well, schedule-wise, the Racers have put together another great schedule. For our fans, it just seems like your philosophy is to get to games on the road, non-conference, where our fans can go watch. But we're going to start with that game November the 4th against Martin Methodist. That's an exhibition. Then opening night is on November the 9th against Southern. And then the game at Tennessee, you're going to be going back to where you grew up. I mean, That's got to be pretty neat.
Oh, that will be neat.
And you coach there.
It's been a year there as a graduate assistant. It's about 25-30 minutes from home, so
right.
That'll be a neat experience. But more importantly, I think it'll be a great experience for our team. I think we've talked about it a lot in the past. While we don't believe in moral victories, I think the 2 losses that we've had to Auburn the last 2 seasons have been really beneficial for our team. I think the confidence they gained playing in that type of sold-out atmosphere against the top 15 team in the country really benefited us as the season went on. And now for our players to get to go play in front of 20,000 people in Knoxville against a team that was ranked number 1 in the country for quite a bit of last season will obviously be a great challenge for us, but also a great opportunity. But I do like our road schedule, coming back here to Evansville right before Christmas on a Saturday night, the 21st of December, to play in the Ford Center. I think they'll be a very good team this year. Missouri State on the road, who's picked to win the Missouri Valley and one of the more talented teams in the country. So we will certainly be tested early and often here in the non-conference.
And you could go to Go Racers and check out that entire schedule. It's going to be a lot of fun. The OVC opener is January 2nd against UT Martin, and there's 2 games this year against Belmont. The home game, I think it's January 23rd, will be on ESPNU that night as well. Let's talk about your returners, the cornerstones of this team. And I just took a couple of video clips from Tevin Brown, Darnell Cohort, and then Anthony Smith. Tevin hit 93s last year. Darnell started the last 13 games of the season. And Anthony was injured, but to have him back now full speed, you're going to really be relying on those three guys, among others.
Yeah, well, to touch on those three, I think Anthony, having him back, went down about a month into the season last year as a senior with the broken ankle. Is back 100%. He was second in the country in offensive rebounding when he suffered the injury, but just a relentless worker. And the toughness, the hard work mentality that he brings to our team, I think ended up really being a blessing in disguise. You hate to see anyone get injured, but to have his experience and toughness and leadership back has been really important for us. Tevin, I think most importantly, incredibly smart player, has a great feel for the game at both ends of the floor, really evolved into an elite defender for us last year in addition to the 93s.
That's sometimes forgotten about him.
6'5" at the two-guard position. Doesn't make many mistakes on the floor. You look at his assist-to-turnover ratio. He doesn't do a lot to hurt you out there. And then obviously his ability to stretch the defense, making 93s a season ago. I think it's only 4 players in Murray State history have ever made more in a year. So I think he's going to be critical to our success as he takes his jump from his freshman to sophomore season. And then Darnell, really we spent a lot of time last year talking about how proud we were of the work he put in to lose 40 pounds. As the season went on, he just kept getting into better and better physical condition. Another guy, incredibly smart basketball player, elite passer. Great hands, can score with either hand in the post, and very importantly for us, Dave, I thought as the season wore on, became far and away our best rebounder. Got almost 9 rebounds a game in OVC play. So really excited about those three and what they'll bring to this year's team.
We're looking forward to coming back here. It seems like a long way off in March, but the OVC tournament at the Ford Center, I mean, the fans last year were just incredible. That was a lot of fun to see.
It was quite a phenomenon as the season wore on.
Something you may never see again, right?
Well, I mean, when you're out there getting ready for the semifinal games and you see the workers pulling back tarps and curtains and opening up more seats, and Magic Johnson sitting there on the front row, and it was really a sight to see, and to have over 8,000 people here for the semifinals, and then Saturday night come back and sell the place out, over 10,500 fans, to see all that navy and gold in the Ford Center was really an amazing thing to witness. And hopefully we'll get an opportunity to come back.
Do it
again. That's the one thing with the OVC. It's these preseason polls don't mean anything. Everyone doesn't qualify for the tournament.
Right.
So
you got to get in.
A lot of work to be done. But I am also excited that we get to play in this Ford Center here on December 21st against Evansville.
Yeah, I know you've got to get to other things, but just really quick, and in my notes today, I've got the fact that the Racers have had to go on after Jeff Martin, Popeye Jones, Marcus Brown, Isaiah Cannon, all the way down the list. You guys are having to go on, Jaws with the Memphis Grizzlies now, and we're all Grizzlies fans, big-time fans. But you guys have had to, face life without him. And I think you guys are doing that very well right now, and some guys are going to have to step up and do the best they can.
Well, we're still undefeated, so that's the good news. But I do think, for me, I don't approach it that way. You have to replace Ja Moran or you have to replace Shaq Buchanan. I just look at it as we've been fortunate to recruit some really good players of high character that are about the team, that are about Murray State. And we have to build these guys into the best team we're capable of being. I mean, you look 2 years ago, you lose Jonathan Stark, who was the player of the year in our league, and Terrell Miller, who was the best big man in our league. And really the only two returning players that we had were Ja and Shaq. And so we didn't look at it as what do we do to replace Stark and Miller. We just look, how do we build the best team we can? And we'll do the same this year. And I think that focus starts with the foundation guys who have had a lot of success here: Tevin Brown, Darnell Coward, Anthony Smith, KJ Williams, Devin Gilmore, and so forth. And then we need newcomers to step in and carve out their roles within the team as well.
Coach, I appreciate your time. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, Dave.
Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
All right, head coach Matt McMahon here from OVC Basketball Media Day at Evansville on GoRacers.com.